So this is a very simple algorithm that I developed in order to help myself primarily organize myself. And sometimes by conveying such knowledge and information, we also incorporate, memorize, and teach ourselves. Therefore, what is the difference between automatons and autocratons? So most spontaneous, instinctual, time-wasting, erratic, irrational, and we are not rational animals, despite what is being said. Impulsive, gut feeling, intuition, trigger choices, and automatism are very rarely correct or optimal unless trained as automatic adaptive behaviors that exhibited any notion of good judgment and decision making in effect in the process. So, before every action, habit, or performance, we may program ourselves to ask ourselves a question or condition ourselves. Is it spontaneous or did I plan it? Is it instinct or decision? Is it time waster or is it useful? Why do you engage in it? What are you trying to achieve? So it is about being aware of every moment of our life, even in the proper pursuits such as, I don't know, washing the dishes. You are in the moment. Imagine that you are washing the dishes for some emperor or for a woman you love, and commit to it the best you can in the moment, in the presence, in the process. And that makes your life much more committed and aware, mindful in a way. It makes you more focused on what you do, and eventually it will make you more happy doing the regular business as usual things. So most planned, there, there. Most planned, scheduled, decided with a priori, and afterthought, pronoia, protonoia, premeditation that are useful acts, habits, and performances that are effective are to be pursued and considered during judgment and decision making and time management techniques. Of course, we are not machines, and it never happens precise to the clock. We are not cyborgs. However, it is good to be mindful of it. The other thing is about ethical judgment or ethical judgments in general. So the ethos algorithm is beginning with protons or pre-thought, something that you consider first. So before you actually do something, and it goes into your blood, into your mind stream, because I witness that I do plenty of impulsive, unethical, harmful, or stupid, and sometimes hateful things. You think introspectively about your thought at the moment, the intent, deed, motive, and focus, your speech or vocalized mental, and so on, right speech, right thought, right action, the old Buddhist idea. Performance, walk, magic, anything at all. The walk mentioned previously when we commit to something. And finally, act, writing, moving, interacting with other people. So there are several questions to ask yourself to be a humane, humanitas, that virtue, that old virtue that may be quite contributive to the well-being of the rest of your peers, your mentors, your friends, your acquaintances, and family. What you do in thought, speech, performance, and act. Is it wise? Ask yourself a question. If you have no wisdom, you may try to intuit. Would a wise man do it, for example? Is it just? Are you just and discerning in what you do? Is it moderate? Everything in moderation, nothing in excess. Passions destroy. So sometimes we may be caught off balance and become ruinous and ruinous to ourselves and others, especially through anger, which is a very vicious form of insanity. And think what I do think, perform, or act or say, is it procuring good effects in others, in the world, and so on? Is it insightful? So did you ponder about it? Did you find that penetrating insight that makes you unveil and unmask more nuanced details of your thought, speech, performance, and act? Is it antagonizing to others? For example, if you're on the web and you're anonymous or demi anonymous, would you like to offend this person in real life? Or Why to antagonize other people if there is no need to? So everything you do, for example, online is your personal delegated to the cyberspace, and it is really reflecting your mind. It is really reflecting your emotions. And if you post something stupid or something antagonizing or wretched, it represents you as a person. Perhaps it's not the real you, but that's the mask you show to others, and they will receive you as such. Is it well thought over? Very often overlooked. Did you really think about the consequences of your action that you may procure in the world? For example, in my writings as I consider myself an ethical writer, I often think, what would happen if my thoughts and writings would be taken to the extreme by some fanatic, for example, and how would I like to avoid it? It doesn't mean that we need to be extremely careful with everything and make it politically correct because it's nonsense. It means that we should communicate in wise ways or at least learn and try to attempt. So, if it is wise, just, and so on, yes, think, are you influenced by any external factors, circumstances, emotions, malicious entities, and things pulling your mind? If you feel that you are a self reflecting person, an autonomous individual, and you are influenced, then is it inhibiting your reason, intellect, and ethos, the previous mentioned things? If yes, stop, focus, block, apotropaic rights. Do not think, speak, perform, act in such a way, and things will get better eventually because you won't make yourself into a mess or others and be highly destructive to others. If you are not influenced and everything is okay, altero perspectivism, take the perspective of the other person. How will he react to all this? And that's not really hard because we are usually empathetic beings and we can understand each other to various degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and penetrating the other from their perspective in order to understand them better, especially if we have some experience, some maturity, some autonomy, some individuation, and so on. And pronus, the thing that is in front of us, the mind that thought over, the pronoia, thinks forth. It is the pronus, the act. So it's everything is okay in this process. Now, if it's not wise, just moderate. It's not procuring good effects. It is not insightful at all. It may be antagonizing or purely stupid and destructive. It is not thought over. Then say no to this action, speech, thought, writing, act, whatever. And if you are influenced and think about anger, madness, external influences, perfidy, try to externalize the things you want nothing to do with and grab them by the throat and chase it like an enemy from your mind. This way you will keep the mental hygiene okay, and you will uproot those weeds that grow like cancer with time. I do assure you, like I've been through anger and perfidy for many years of my life, and you need to find antidotes to cure yourself from that. If you are not influenced by this, but it is not wise, so on, reflect. Reflect again, is it wise, just, moderate, procuring good effects, so on, so on. So, this was a hint. I like systematic algorithmic thinking, and I like to put my thoughts in such a way in schemes, diagrammatology, and so on, so on. If it will be helpful to anyone, then I am pleased. Otherwise, oh well. Thank you anyway for listening.